Welcome back to 33-Year-Old Boomer Teaches You How to Do Things. Today we're going to upgrade my ThinkPad T480. I bought the cheapest model version I could find, essentially. The least amount of RAM, smallest SSD possible. It's an i5, and the reason is because I wanted to upgrade the SSD and the RAM, and I knew that I could do it cheaper, especially since I already have SSDs from other projects. And so today we're going to do that. If you want to, you could go into the BIOS, by the way, and you can turn off the internal battery so that the laptop doesn't turn on by itself when you're working on it. However, that's not a concern for me. If it turns on, I can just hear it and I can stop. So I'm going to skip that, but you can do that if you are so inclined. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this battery right here. So we're going to pull on this, pull on that, and then the battery just slides right out. Now we have 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that we have to loosen. We're not going to completely remove them. That's not how it works for the T480, but we are going to loosen them. Because actually when I first opened this laptop, I was kind of confused because the screws wouldn't come out. And then I realized, oh, they're not supposed to come out. You're just supposed to loosen them. Like so. There you go. So you can see that it doesn't actually come out. It's just, you just need to loosen it. Okay, so that's loosey-goosey. Now the second step is quite important. So you might be able to see these little tabs right here. So we're gonna push them in. You should be able to hear a click. I did this earlier, so it may not be audible, but you want to kind of push them in. Oh, you want to sort of push them in so that you don't break them when you take off the case. There we go. Now I have a little plastic prying tool. However, you can use a bunch of different tools. You can use guitar picks as well, if you so choose. I have one right here. I'm actually going to just kind of leave it in there for a sec, kind of like that. Use a different pick. Make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm essentially just kind of gently prying open the case. I'm just putting this in here just to make sure that I retain that the case stays open, essentially, and it doesn't close back up. Also, make sure you do it on the right side, on the correct side, because you can accidentally begin to take off the other end where the monitor is housed, and you don't want to do that. It's not ideal. Unless you're replacing the monitor or the display, which you can do, of course, which is one of the many joys of this model, one of the last great laptop models. There you go. We're in. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. So, we have a couple of things here. So what is that? Oh, it's just, there we go. So, depending on, like, we're probably going to buy this laptop secondhand, and it may have a SATA SSD. Now, in this case, it had this little carriage thing, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is where my SSD was housed. You may or may not have this. You may have to buy it if you want to install an M.2 SSD, which is what we're going to do today. Here, you actually have a second slot where you can do a bunch of different things. You can install a new Wi-Fi card to get Wi-Fi 6. I'm perfectly happy with the networking on this machine, so I'm not going to do that. But you can do that there. This is where the RAM is housed. I bought it with 8 gigs because I knew that would likely just be one card or one chip, as you can see here. Second one is open. And this is where the SSD is. Also, my CMOS my CMOS batteries come loose. Probably not very good. I might have to figure that out or something. It's not good. You don't want a loose CMOS in there. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to remove this carriage so I can show it to you. Now, it's not attached or anything. It's just kind of stuffed in there. So we're just going to gently pry it out, and we're going to try not to damage anything in the process. That would be ideal. It might take a little bit of convincing to come out. There we go. There we go. So this is just attached via this cable right here. And then it's essentially just kind of shoved in here. Now, you might notice that there's already an SSD in here. When I first purchased this, it came with a tiny little M.2. And that's fine. It's 120, it has 128 gigs, which is fine, but I had a 4 terabyte SSD lying around that I bought a few years ago before prices went completely bonkers. And so that is what we have in here. Now, I installed Omarchy on it. If you want to check out the video, it's right here, I think, question mark. And it works fantastic. However, it is complete overkill for what we're doing. And there's no reason for me to use that, like, whatsoever. Like 4 terabytes is just way too much. Is this good? Yeah, I think this is good. 4 terabytes is complete overkill. And so what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with a 1 terabyte SSD M.2 right here. There you go. So let's remove these 2 screws that hold it together. Now be very careful. These screws are tiny and very easy to lose. I'll put it there. And we're going to put this one there as well. Ooh, very, very careful. So we're going to remove this little metal bit here. So this is where the SSD is housed. It's simply held in place by this little screw. So we're going to remove the screw. I'm going to put it over here. And we're going to gently remove, I'm going to wiggle it out very gently and remove it. There we go. There it is. Now this is a lovely SSD. However, it's 4 terabytes and it is just, because on this machine I'm just using it to write science fiction novels and write code. And so 4 terabytes at the moment is overkill for my needs. So it's just kind of a waste of time. So it's kind of a waste of space. So I just backed everything up and we're going to restore it onto this machine here, onto this SSD here. So there you go, it's like that. You have to check the inside here. You can see how it goes, and I was just putting it in the wrong way. So you slide it in, and then you push it down, and as you can see here, the screw is right there, or the hole is right there. And this also helps us guide the SSD. As long as it looks right, then we're good. Now, if you're like me and you have a screwdriver that isn't super magnetic, this might be a bit of a nightmare, but it is doable. There we go. That's in. Now we're going to put this back here. we're going to align these two holes like that. And this is where we have to be very careful, because if this falls in, it might be a little bit awkward to get out. So we're going to very gently, very gently. Okay, we're going to do that. We're not going to push it all the way in for now. And then that. There we go. I'm going to tighten it, but not too tight. And the SSD has been, I guess, downgraded because we went from 4 terabytes to 1 terabyte. So that sits in there pretty comfy. Obviously it's not, it took a bit of effort to take it out, so it's not going to come out. Okay, now the second step is I want to do the RAM. So here we have two 16 gig DDR4 2400 megahertz chips, totaling 32 gigabytes. This is because DDR4 2400 is the max that this machine can take. And so that's what we have here. I believe you can do up to 64 gigs. I'll link a Reddit thread down below. Is it like, I don't know, it's in some direction, whatever, where you can read more about exactly the kind of stuff that you can use to upgrade this machine. However, I believe that DDR4 SODIMM 2400 megahertz is basically the top of what you can do with this machine. Although you should be able to do 64 gigs if you so choose. RAM is insanely expensive at the moment, and even if you do virtualization and stuff for programming, 32 gigs will cover you for most cases. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the 8 gig RAM here. We're going to pull on these two side bits like that, and then the RAM slides out. As you can see, this is the orientation, just like that. You can tell how to put it in by the little notch right here. I can probably sell that because I don't really need a random 8 gig chip. At least I don't think I do. Right, so now we're gonna install the RAM. So if we lift this little annoying flap right here, we can see the RAM slot right in there. So we align it just like this. We slide it in there, just like that. And then we simply press down until we hear a click. And there you go. This is snug. Just like before, if you want to remove it, you have these two ears on the side here. You just pull on them like this, and that will spring it open. Most laptops, including older MacBooks, have this mechanism. So here it should be mirrored, because you can see the little thing right here showing you how to match it. So we're gonna put it in there, and we're gonna gently press down on it. There you go. Bish bash bosh. And we're done. Cool. So the next step is to put everything back together. So this will go back on. Going to gently put everything back into place. Should probably remove this SD card here because it will hinder the process. There you go. I should have removed that initially, but there we go. Sometimes the keyboard might be a little, there you go, shove it back in there. And now we're going to screw everything, well, we're gonna put this back in place. And now we're gonna screw or tighten the screws back up. And then the next step is going to be reinstalling Omarchy on this machine, restoring my home directory. I just did a very basic backup where essentially I'm just saving all my config files I don't have any issue manually reinstalling a couple of apps. It's not a problem. And that's it. That's how you do it. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave one like, which is the fee for watching the video, of course. Or you can check out my science fiction books in the link down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.